I love Lego, and I've dreamt up fun builds to help make this world a little more awesome. Let's build. What's happening, friends? This is Brick by Brick. I'm your host, Adam Ward, and I'm thrilled about today's episode. If you're like a lot of you wonderful people out there on the internet, you might recognize this as Puzzlebox 1.0. Well, today, we're stepping it up a whole point. You liked making the first puzzle box so much, we were like, what should we do? Let's make another one. So my friends, I would like to introduce you to Puzzlebox 2.0. What? You, today, are gonna learn how to build this thing. But before you learn how to build it, you gotta learn how does it work? Much like 1.0, Puzzlebox 2.0 has a key. And Puzzlebox's 2.0's key, it's right there. Once you have the key out, the key gets to go back in. But it doesn't go in right where you just took it out from. It goes in over here. We give it a turn and a lift, and now all of a sudden, we pull the key. When you pull the key out, the whole locking mechanism comes out, which frees up the door and allows us to get to the plethora of cookies that we have stored inside. What happened to my plethora of cookies? First up, 1x2 Technic bricks and 1x2 Technic bricks with pins. These line up and connect to lock the box's door. A 1x2 hinge plate and 1x2 hinge brick connect the door to the rest of the box and help it swing open. And we've got plates all over this thing. Some used to allow movement and others just to help make it look awesome. If you're about to pause right now and count all those pieces, don't worry about it. We made a list. It's in the video description. You're welcome. Like all builds, we're gonna start with the base. Now I've already gone ahead and made our base. The base is 16 by 16. So a really nice way to do that, if you've got the pieces, is 4 by 4, 4 by 4 plates. And then when you do the second layer, all you wanna do is make sure that your seams are not lining up. If you're building along at home, take a second right now, pause, and build your base. Great, now you have your base plate. The next step is to add some tiles. The tiles are gonna help our moving pieces slide in and out really beautifully and smoothly. Also, before I add the tiles, I'm gonna add this one 2x2 lime brick. It's not part of the build, I'm just gonna put it near the front door. That way, if I start to forget which side is which, this is a really nice reminder. If you wanna grab a piece that doesn't look anything like the pieces you're using, it's really nice to put it in there. It's like a bookmark. Here come the tiles. So right off the bat, you see this first piece. That's where the front door is gonna come in and out. And then on my left side, this is where the locking mechanism is gonna slide in. I've got one 1x2 and one 1x2 plate. The plate's gonna go right here, and the tile's gonna go right on top. Remember, this green piece is gonna get out of here. It's just to remind us where the front is. But this little piece sticks up to have a nice little backstop for our door. Lastly, this 1x8 tile, it's gonna go right almost all the way to the back, and it hangs off one little bit. And this is what our key is gonna slide in and out of, right on top of there. So let's make the key. We've got a 1x8, and on one side, we're gonna put a 1x2 plate, and then another 1x2 plate. On top of those two plates, we put a 1x2 tile. And then on the other side of the key, we're gonna take a 1x4 tile. Snap that right in. Now we're gonna build our nest to keep our key stuck, but not so stuck that we can't get it out. Just stuck enough so it doesn't fall out while we're showing it to somebody. So what we're gonna do is basically surround our key in one layer of bricks. And now our key has a backstop too, so you won't lose your key back into the safe. Next up, putting some plates on top to keep our key locked in. Let's build this wall up a little bit. So for starters, popping that tile in there. And there's no right or wrong way to do the wall. You know, it's kind of just how you're feeling. And as we're building, you start to see some of the areas coming into clarity. So this will be all wall now. This will be all wall. This will be all wall. Our door's gonna live there, and our locking mechanism goes right in there. Now I know you're having a lot of fun building your wall, but we're gonna take our base and our beginning of our wall and just put it aside for a second. We're gonna focus on our locking mechanism. This is our handsome locking mechanism. It's 10 layers high, mixed bricks and plates, and it's 4 by 5. So we're just gonna go layer by layer, so it's not too much to take on. You'll see on one side, we've got the 1x2 bricks with the pin, and those actually lock in to the 1x2 Technic pieces in the door. And then on the back side, we can see the spot where the key goes in. Now, the design's kind of cool. The key only fits in if it's on its side, and then when you turn it, it gets taller. That's what actually locks it into the locking mechanism. Start with the base. We've got a 4x4 plate, and then a 1x4 plate. We just double it up. It goes right on top. Now, we introduce some of the pieces, more tiles, that the key is actually gonna slide on and turn on top of. Bricks go around it. Now it's really important, so the key fits in. On top of these bricks, you put a layer of plates, or else the key won't fit in. This goes right on top. Cool. Now put some bricks right on top. And then our 1x2 brick with pin on the side and all the way around. You'll notice that there's a big opening. That is where our key, put it in and turn, that's where our key lives. So that helps to see how it works a little bit. Next, we cover that up, help strengthen it with some plates. And then we bring in our next brick with pin. Boom, right on top. Right on top of each other, straight line. One's got the top bunk, one's got the bottom bunk. Bingo. And we've got a couple more bricks, layer. Another layer of plates. And then finally, we want to have the top be really smooth so it slides in nice and easy. So for the top, we just have some tiles. Last piece. Boom. That's our locking mechanism. Key goes in, turn it. Locking mechanism is finished. It's looking great. Let's slide it into place. An appropriate sound effect for a fit as good as a glove. Now we're gonna put this aside for a second and work on the door. Now the door works on a hinge system. The base of the door is this kind of funky looking shape. So it's a 2x8, a 1x2, and a 2x4. And basically just gonna do that one more time, except on my right side here, I gotta leave space for the hinge itself. So instead of going all the way, I leave that one space open. Introducing our hinge. Mighty little fellow. Now when you put this on, you wanna make sure that the bubble is pointing out, just like that. So this is what it will be like when the door is closed. That's what it'll be like when the door is all the way open. And now we're gonna add our 1x2 Technic pieces that the pins from the locking mechanism will plug into. First, we have to add one more plate of height so they line up perfectly. Put that right there, and snap that into place. And now we build our little tower. We start with a brick, Technic piece on the back side, then a plate, Technic piece on the back side, and one more brick. Now this is a great breaking point. We've added 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks and 1 plate of height to our front door. So what you can do now is use this footprint as a guide and fill in the rest with bricks and plates. We're not gonna add anything to the hinge quite yet. We're gonna do that when we build the wall. So once you fill in those other pieces, your door will look like this. Got the Technic 1x2s back there. The hinge in the same spot, dot facing forward. Now to attach the door, we want to put down 2 layers of plates first. That way the door will swing freely. Open it up. And we can even slide in our locking mechanism to show how that works. Door's locked. So the next move would be to put on our second hinge. But wait a minute, we've got nothing to attach it to yet. So let's build some more wall. So we're gonna fill all of this in with bricks and plates. And a great place to start is right here. I really like a wall that's 2 bricks thick, so it's not so flimsy. 2 bricks is pretty much all you need. So we're gonna go all the way around. And sometimes, like with this piece right here, you'll see I'm having it jut out a little bit. That makes the key jutting out a little bit less obvious. If you wanna really confuse people, you can have a ton of pieces sticking out every which way. You can also have little indents. So you're just gonna keep on doing that same move over and over again until you've built it all the way up to here. Once you've done that, you'll have a finished product that looks like this. There we go. Our puzzle box is really coming together. Now spinning it back to the front, taking out our locking mechanism, we see that we have a spot now to put our hinge. So let's do that. Hinge, one side on the wall, one side on the door. Oh, it's a night and day difference. And now what we'll do is we'll build up the rest of the door. A really cool thing to do is to put a little handle on the front, which makes it really easy to pull out. For that, basically, all you do is build a few pieces that hang over a little bit. Gives you a nice thing to grab onto when you want to open it up. We fill it in the rest of the way. And then now we're gonna put 2 layers of plates right on top of that. Cover just half the hinge. If we cover both halves of the hinge, our hinge stops being a hinge and our door is locked forever. So as I'm placing these plates, I'm really not paying that much attention to color. I really like this scattered design. I've been using it in a bunch of different builds and it's really eye-catching. Can look a little bit wild and some people are like, yo, what's going on? What color is it supposed to be? It's not even supposed to be anything. It just is what it is. All our door needs now is tiles across the top. Putting some tiles in. I've got our door handle. Shut it. Let's put the locking mechanism back in. Oh, it's feeling so sturdy now. Oh, I forgot about this little island down here. We want to build this piece up too. So it's 1, 2, 3 bricks and 1, 2, 3, 4 plates. We are so close to done. Now, all we have to do is build up 1 more row of bricks around here, connect our little island on this side to the rest of it to make it really nice and strong, and put on the lid. I've cheated just a little bit and already created it. So this is 2 bricks high. It's gonna go right on top. The one area to really pay attention to is right over where the locking mechanism slides in and out. You wanna make sure that you have a nice long flat piece to go from our island all the way back here. That way it won't bump into a seam. Once we push this into place, good amount of pressure. This thing is tough. You can lean on it all day. There. Now, all we need is a top. The top is the same as the bottom, 16 by 16 all the way around. The only difference is with the top, instead of just putting a handful of tiles on, we do tiles on the entire thing. And this is a really cool place to just express your creativity. You can do your initials or 1 letter or try to write a word, do whatever you want. Just make your top as interesting and as unique as you are. One last push. Oh man, this thing is strong. So I know at the beginning, this seemed like a pretty complicated build. A lot going on, a lot of moving parts, literally. Little green guy still hanging out in there. You're free, go run, play. Now, it's totally up to you what you put in this puzzle box. And you can either leave that stuff locked up and closed and keep it to yourself, or you can show people and challenge your friends to open it and share what's inside. You know, something that I kept locked up for a long time was this design. This is my earliest version of this puzzle box, and I wouldn't even show it to that many people, let alone tell them how many pieces and how to build it and walk them through it, because I was worried they would copy me and do their own thing. And there's nothing wrong with people copying me and doing their own thing. Now it's one of my favorite things. So maybe there's something that you're keeping to yourself that it's time to share. I'm gonna take this thing out into the streets, see if people can open it up, see what they would put inside of it, a memory, a bunch of cookies. Maybe I'll just go see if people wanna give me cookies. One thing I know for sure, I am not keeping this to myself. See you next time.
SoulPancake, subscribe!
Thank you so much for watching, and major props if you were building along. This one, seriously a doozy. Click the video on the left or on the info card in the top right corner to watch what happens when Puzzlebox 2.0 hits the streets. We confounded 8-year-olds, 28-year-olds, 88-year-olds all over the map. We had so much fun. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you next time.